Yo. Welcome back to episode 9, Ball Talk. This is going to be a very light episode because it looks like, said, the Man U fan them a hide.
Man,
You see
why?
me? Yeah, them usually them be front and center. Usually we have KJ on the panel. Usually we have Stewie on the panel, but I don't know how go on. Newcastle send them in hiding, but either way, big up all the viewers. Them must say 3 people already start logging from earlier. So big up for that. Again, thanks for the continued support, people. We just want to make sure so now click the notification bell, subscribe, comment. We are trying to grow the community. So far so good. We definitely enjoy doing this on a weekly basis, and we're gonna try, keep the consistency and make sure say we are get some new content as we go along. You see, seeing us once a week might not be enough for you, so I understand. So today we have here
Yeah.
resident guest on the panel,
Big up, big
myself,
up.
Doc. You see it, and if you don't realize this week, me I come with a very humble approach. You see, now when I say contenders, you know, because
Yeah.
we realize now, say, and if everybody can go back to the clip them or whatever the case may be, I'll go back to the video them from probably about episode 7. Me I ask the question if my team, the team of me support Arsenal, are title contenders. You see it? At first, the question come off as very, what Jamaica people say hype. We are sure, but we have a genuine question. But now we realize that the major news outlet, them, the Sky Sports, just like what we are doing right now. You see me? Me
Yeah.
been a call this two game week ago. Now the Sky Sports and the general pundit them where you look on a day-to-day basis. The Roy Keane them and now and whoever them be Jamie Carragher, all them people that we are doing what we are doing right now. Just do this from our living room. I asked the same question now. Well, we've been asked a question, but we already predict this happening. So very humble approach. The Chelsea fan there too. Sure, they might take that very humble approach too. So we're just getting into the
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we are getting into the game them. Like we normally do, and then go through the prediction and just kind of get our analysis them on the situation. So we're gonna start off with the Brentford Brighton game. Brighton start off hot, would I say? Right? Never seem like them I get a drop off. I think so them second week now them lose.
Yeah.
Right, second week them lose now, right? Why your prediction, given the fact say, or why your idea of of Brighton, since you are actually one of the beneficiaries of what's seeming like Brighton downfall right now. I don't know if I get too high on myself about the downfall, but what do you think?
The first game after them coach cut them win and people say, oh, I guess him set an identity there, so they don't really need a coach. But another day, you really need a coach, is man, him gone. So maybe some of the players they respect him, and then they respect who in charge now. And you don't see the league, well, based on Chelsea, players are poor. So bad results, you get out a coach, you get who you want. So I think Potter left with a philosophy. They might try and instill a philosophy, but you need the person who install it or instill it into the players. And him gone, some feel like say, oh, they might lose them identity. And the players, I don't think players like who's leading them right now. So, Brentford's not a bad team, but yeah.
I mean,
No,
they
so
never root up. They never root up any trees themselves. Like week
yeah.
over week. Then it's actually a good result for them, given the grand scheme of things. Of how them are go. But them are there and there about mid-table-ish, maybe low
Yeah.
half of the table. This week, I guess maybe because of the Champions League schedule, Europa League schedule, they kind of put all the game them kind of condensed in one. So Leicester again nil, Crystal Palace nil. What do you make of that game then? Leicester in a big trouble. Like them really not string it together. I mean, them get a little bounce with Madison, but then it's like it's hot and cold. What do you think?
But and so the thing is, Leicester isn't as that talk to Jamie the other day. Jamie and say, oh, them not play bad football. If you really watch the game, Leicester not playing bad football. But I don't know. It's just something not clicking at the attacking end, the attacking third. You're not playing a bad brand of football. It's just that the results are just unlucky. That's what I believe. And I mean, Crystal Palace is not a walk in the park. But I don't know. And I don't think a change in coach are going to help. Like, they have a good coach. But at the end of the day, probably I mean, I need to go back and probably a changing coach probably help because when a new coach come in, players want to fight for them place. So probably that can give them a good run of game. So Leicester's having a bad season, and in this league, they don't have too many bad games. They reach relegation, so don't forget to
Yeah,
turn them fast.
we understand what Crystal Palace are doing. Right? Crystal Palace have Patrick Vieira. You know, them have an identity. Them have play a brand of football. Given what them have, I mean, again, them there and there about Leicester. I guess are the real topic of discussion, which they have been for the first part of the season, because one them financial situation and just not buying players and or replacing the players that them have, and then them have a situation with the manager where it's just topsy turvy all around. And obviously we all remember that Leicester were from the what them call it the what them call it the lucky season. We don't call it luck because them
Uh,
really play very consistent. Them dream
Classic luck.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember them dream season, right? So all recently remember what them accomplish and what them do, a couple years after that. So for them in that state right now is a very weird situation. But obviously the ownership too. We have to kind of highlight that the ownership have a lot to do with it. The person who was at the helm tragically passed away in a helicopter accident there. And since then it's not been the same. But it's just one of them things that I'm have to go fight through, and I can see where them end up end of the season. But you're right, them have a very good coach. He knows football and he's a good coach, regardless. So I can see what that look like. Let's look on the Fulham 2, Mitrovic back, Bournemouth 2.
A good big table game. I guess a good results. I never watch the game, but 4 goals, that's a good neutral game. I'm sure come see Victor back. I'm actually taking out of my fantasy team, come thinking about out for a while. I'm actually the same score to them. I say, what? But I
Yeah,
guess,
I should probably use bench boost. I have literally on my bench maybe
yeah.
about 25 points of sit down, which kind of crazy when I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I feel like with the whole Bournemouth, Fulham. I mean, obviously, the mid-table clash right then and there about. Bournemouth actually a string together a good run of results now. Going back to that whole Liverpool defeat they were going to get. All right, I mean, like 9-0
Yeah.
or something like that. They have a very bad start to the season coming against the big team, them, the top six team, them, like week after week after week. So I think now that them kind of ease now, them all get a decent pool of games now, with more like teams are in a for them range and region. Wolves finally get a win. Wolves versus Nottingham Forest, 1-0 Nottingham Forest.
Mm.
What's going on with Nottingham Forest? Like, what's really going on over there, sir?
You can't buy 23 players and throw them out there and say, hey, make it gel. Give them time. I mean,
But well, that's the question now, still, right? I understand the part because that was the big thing, right? Them literally buy 23 players to replace them entire squad. But when you look on it in the context, right?
not
You don't have
23
the
bad
time.
players. It's not really
Yeah,
23
it's not
bad
20
players,
bad
though.
players. Them have some pretty
Yeah.
good signing,
Yeah.
But do you don't have the time and the luxury in the league?
Yeah, you don't.
So,
You
you
don't.
don't really have the time there. I mean,
And the
Wolves,
thing is, if say them get relegated, majority of them 23 are gonna leave.
yeah,
Because they don't want to play championship football.
because them talisman up front, Jesse
Yeah.
Lingard,
Mm-hmm.
right? Him Depana was like a 1 year crazy amount
Yeah.
of money deal. Him Depan, let me get Dan James, as far as we can remember, as noteworthy people were signed. I mean, I think them type of player there, which I mean, great, they're not no top class player, but they're not a championship player either. I'm sure them have
Yeah.
some sort of clause, whereas if the team will stay up, I would hope them have that type of class that where if the team will stay up, then them have to move on to something else. It would I want to be sensible, but one of them result there. We move, right? Um, Tottenham 2, Everton 0. Right. And before me even get into that, I mean, part of the episode, the reason why I call it is the league still wide open is Tottenham get the results, right? We're going to move into the Chelsea game too, which is right after that. These teams are silently going about their business, right? The table,
I mean,
it's still right there and thereabouts.
Tottenham are 3 points behind, I think so. Let me check.
No, league table wise,
Yeah. I mean, I think they have a
no,
game in hand, right?
table. So table, I can put the table right now, right? So we the 27. Tottenham the 23, right? So
Oh, the 4 points.
that are four behind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let me see. No, them have Chelsea have a game in on, but
Yeah, well, we know.
Tottenham actually play them 10 games so far. 10
Yeah,
and 10. So again, I mean that's one loss
yeah.
right there, right? Um, when you look on even let's even go into the Chelsea game. I mean, Everton is Everton. Like we don't really know. Obviously, it's the same situation. We'll talk about this week in week out now. It doesn't make sense why I beat a dead horse at this point. At the
Them,
same process with the whole Leicester
no,
situation.
but Tottenham, Everton, they on a little run still. Remember, man, you said them they were the best defensive record they run and beat on for them beat them. Remember, man, but you know, man, you kind of tweet the stats when it comes to
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we talk
But
about that still. We know how that stat that it kind of
yeah,
sound.
yeah,
It
yeah, yeah,
sounds good, but in reality, if you know football, you watch football, you don't know say it now as good as it sounds, right? But Tottenham quietly I do them thing. Them play that type
yeah.
of football now under the new manager, who may draw a blank right now, Antonio
Conte.
Conte.
Yeah,
Very defensive but counter attacking, right? Again, apart from their loss to the mighty Gunners, which they kind of lose a fixture every year. To be fair, like after the past 20 years now, them really not get a result. So
yeah.
it kind of just one of them things growing out there every year when it comes on to them playing at the Emirates. So you can just talk of that one day as one of them one day. But as much as the football might not be what them call champion football, because that's what they used to
Mm-hmm.
call it under Mauricio Pochettino, them
Yeah.
have get results, right? Them name the inner lights, right? Because normally them have Hurricane. I bring them, all the highlight them on the Golden Boy Hurricane, right? England captain. Um, Alan kind of outscore him and that kind of outshine him right now in that department, and that kind of take away some of the shine off of Tottenham, right? Them now win by no huge margins either.
Yeah, them now in there. Yeah,
They
yeah.
might eke
That's
out a 1-0, a 2-0, a 2-1,
but people who know Conte team, them not so him go about. Like Conte,
Mhm,
if you play Conte, you don't want them scoring you first. Because them
mhm.
scoring you first, it will be a long day.
Long day in the office for real. But them, I mean, if you think about it in a greater context of things, and I guess we can kind of segue that into the Chelsea game, which you can probably give me a little more insight on. But them same team at Chelsea, Everton, Aston Villa, Leicester. We kind of segue into the same process.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Chelsea 2, Aston Villa 0. Give me an analysis on the game there.
I mean, it was a good game. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something like how team start look lately. Uh, but the lineup was a very attacking lineup. I mean, if same not try to get balance, but I like when we see our midfielders playing the ball more than our defenders. That's the type of football I like seeing. I like when the freedom of the attacker. So again today we saw that and I like that. We had a big injury blow with Reece James. That's kind of crazy. 8 weeks out after him that find the best form in life, I
Very
believe.
good form, especially World Cup coming up and
Yeah, World Cup coming up,
stuff.
but with a fine replacement. This is the time where you step up. If you want a game, there's a right back position. You step up. So I mean, I like the results. We'll get the results. I mean, Aston Villa had chances. I mean, they really had chances. Kepa really step up. And this coach, I guess him coming to the team and them know say nobody have a secure game card. I don't think say after Mendy come from injury, Mendy got straight back into the goal. But the man a
Mhm.
reward Kepa for him displays week in, week out. And they'll get the tough ball him want to play. Kepa good for that game because Kepa can play them feet. Mendy will see week in, week out. Mendy give a goal, I try cut and I chip people. So
Mhm.
overall, I like how the team are going. I like the direction the team is going. And if you not perform, you get dropped. See, Havertz first half, I don't know what him doing out there. The man take him off.
Mhm.
Cucurella do madness first half, the man take him off. You see me? So I like that. So I like how as I say, we're kind of under the radar still, but actually the table is wide open. I mean, you guys have a game above, basically a game and a draw above teams. So I don't think it's wide open. I think you guys kind of have it, to be honest. It's really full. It's really Arsenal. I mean, you know me coming week in and say, oh, no, title contenders. But we have to give, consistently beat teams. I mean, how much more can we say on the soon drop it? Soon drop points. So we just have to continue the we can do and hope. So on the slip up, we just have to hope. That only we can catch, but we're not doing anything, and we have to just take care of what we can take care. So, but I had a winner from Chelsea.
Yeah, so I mean, I watched a bit of the game because before the Arsenal game did start, for some weird reason, we never actually see that in the whole stadium. I get them say power cut, but I don't understand how that work because the cameras them are still on, so unless the camera them have their own power source or
So we're
whatever
going
the
to
case
one
may
batch,
be,
battery pack.
right? But something they are going with the referee communication system, so them delay the game for like a good 20 minutes there about. We actually getting at some of the comments them. So Robert Palmer, him the behind the scenes to them. I say never walk alone. Black Buckle say Viva Arsenal. Mr. Jermaine Grant. I say
Must
do
say we
your
could
job
beat,
and take their 3 points like
Yeah.
Manchester United did.
So, Man U is a leap on results, them not leap on overall team. And one results, them was a leap by. Okay.
Okay, actually we have no that also Manchester United. We have Stewie joining the panel right now. Stewie, what on?
We're not here.
We can't hear, bro. All right, while I work on that, so yeah, my take kind of go back to what you just said, right? And this is the reason why I'm even I look into the topic of if the league is still open. As in, I mean, we know what the Premier League is like, right? Yes, we are string the results them together, and may I get into that more as we go into the Arsenal Leeds game, but I feel like, and this is somebody will play like somebody where I used to watch right now play
Yo,
Ultimate
now you hear me
Team,
now?
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
If you're somebody will play Ultimate Team, right? Weekend league, especially, you leading by like 4 points and things like that isn't much of a lead because that's a win and that's a lose and a draw right there. So which on any given week, depending on the team, that can happen. Can we put the results them consistently? Yes, I definitely believe that's the case and that will happen, but it's going to need some form of reinforcement, as we can say today. But generally, Chelsea, Tottenham, are the team that I feel like can stir up that top four race there. I mean, obviously, we'll see it get actually even more stirred up today with the results from the Man City game, but we'll get into that as we go along, right? Actually, no, we can actually see him segue 9. Arsenal 1, Leeds 0. Stewie, welcome to the panel. We actually have covered the game them so far. So you actually come right in time. Arsenal 1, Leeds 0. I think Leeds today, especially our game, one of them games that we kind of bring you back down to earth, right? Even though we actually win, right? And I guess this is something we have to kind of consider too, right? I mean, not trying to contradict my point, I know, but if a team where I look for challenge, right? I mean, I put this on record for saying, I do not believe Arsenal have the long-term pedigree as it stands right now for win the league.
Wow.
Clip it,
Wow.
right?
What did you drink today, bro? Some honesty?
No, I'm just being, I'll be very sober in my commentary this week. You see me? You see me? Because at the end of the day, you can be as, I've said this before, at the pride, it's almost, I'm equate this to like somebody where, let's say I want, you're born in a poverty, right? You live poor, the whole you sleep on the floor. I know you finally get a come up, right? And you go buy a Rolex, and people say, "Oh, why you forget where you come from? Where you go buy a Rolex from?"
But I mean, Arsenal as a club, though, is a club of pedigree, though. It's just like when I've been on a slump, just like Man U for close to a decade. So it's what I mean. But you grow up, Nickel, you grow up watching Arsenal as one of the top 3. You know what I mean? Punching them weight. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, what we actually use is the fact that for you, for you to suffer so long, when you finally start get some success, you're gonna want to enjoy the success there. You're gonna want to revel in the success.
Yeah, but you have to remember where I come from.
But exactly, so you're not gonna get carried away, right? Jamie and Gregor said what Daka said. So listen, what I said, may I listen, right? Who is this? He must say if Arsenal get to injury, what? If Arsenal
no more than a Leeds United.
No, that's going too far.
But I don't want to use the results today and change it, because I tell people way back in the Leeds is a team, if them come out firing, they doom, So Leeds are hit and miss, So don't really use today and say,
no, I'm not used to them. No, me
Them
not say
can
me
go all
yesterday.
the
The
way.
reason I want me to say is right. Kind of to go back to the point where they are trying to make is yesterday. Just not even the Leeds game, the game midweek in the Europa, right? Once we ever make subs, the golf in quality it very wide, right? So we see even today Gabriel Jesus, him not look himself, him look tired. Martinelli I look tired as well, right? When we look on the bench, who would take off and put on, right? What does the team look like after we make 2-3 subs, right?
That's true.
So over the longevity of a season, right? Especially if we have some of our main player them go to World Cup coming back, right? Then what does that look like? As a championship team, right? I mean, I said use the word championship team or a champion team in the terms that we're going to win the league. But as a team, we're content for your title. You have to be able to win ugly too. You have to be able to win when you not play good. Which that was one of them things today. We'll win even though we never play good. And the most stressful match our season. But dying for the whistle, the game are going long. Me I say, when is this game going to end? Like with the whole situation what happened at the end with Gabriel, it might make them same mistakes the week in, week out. Patrick Bamford me I wonder if he get pay off because
crunky them fat in him pocket.
Somebody say him get paid because the penalty there, like for him miss that. But that's the thing too, when it come on to this Arsenal team, now Arsenal is not a team when known for shithousery, like when them call it. You notice that before the penalty, them almost want to start a fight for getting a Patrick Bamford head. And I try to delay the penalty. Right? So
Dark
that when you
arts.
actually go up for go kick the dark arts. We don't know how Arsenal know how do them. Arsenal under Arsene Wenger known as a team where play clean, pretty boy football where
True.
they might get bullied and then Arsene Wenger come back on TV and say, oh, they were bullying us, And that's how come them term they with the Stoke away and a rainy day come about. I true Arsenal them think they come on because when Arsenal used to go Stoke on a rainy day, they must have get bully and slide tackle and rough up, and we could not contend with that type of football. We're not trying to play them dark arts there.
So, I have a question, Doc. So, with all of that being said, do you think that Arteta is punching above his weight?
No, I don't think so. The reason why is in this 3 years, right? Him get ample time, and I think over the past since Arsene Wenger gone, I mean he's probably only been the second manager. Him get way more support and time than where Una Emery did get, right? So him getting players them when more for the most part, right? I know a lot of people say, "Oh, come in January," which me I said that too. We have to go into the market and so we can get, right? We probably could have get more players, but who is there? You see what I say?
So that the Crunk is willing to spend?
I mean, apparently they are. I mean, this
okay.
whole, I mean, that's not a complaint, no, And I think the same thing in Manchester United.
Yeah, I remember they tell
teams
me
like
chew
us
them up
always
though.
complain and I say, oh, they must spend money.
Yeah.
If you
Plus,
look
now lead the table, so the man think say, yeah, lead the table.
It's a
More
chance.
to give.
It's a project. It's a
It's a
project when
chance,
put
yeah.
together. It's a project when put together, and it's finally a come to fruition. Me feel like.
I have a question to you about the Cronkies too. Side note: do any other sports franchises are they winning teams?
Yeah,
Really
actually, remember I joked about it before because remember the Rams win the Super Bowl. I think at the hockey team
Oh, them have a hockey
win the
team.
Stanley Cup. Yeah, the hockey team win the Stanley Cup.
Okay.
Right. So remember when I joke at the beginning of the season, I said, right, cool, look like Stan Kroenke sports franchise them or KSI them call it. I win everything now, so maybe our turn.
Yeah,
right?
because come and start to realize a lot of the American owners coming in, not all of them are coming in only with money on the mind. They actually want a successful winning project like Chelsea new owner. Like they really want to go out and it's not just about having the money like the Glazers. Glazers are there just to try take out money. They're not there. They don't care about winning. But it looks like these new American owners coming into English football look like they actually care about like an actual project, an actual successful project instead of just being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, and that's why I go to the point of saying that I don't think him a punch above him weight. That would have suggest him to get where him want, right? And him a overachieve. I think him get the time enough. I mean, watching the documentary, they never finished the whole line, but you can tell,
But in
squad,
in squad on paper, name on paper, I still don't think Arsenal I don't think they're better than Manchester City. Obviously, Liverpool,
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, even Tottenham. I don't even think they have a better team
But
than Tottenham.
but
Like on paper, and then even I think I'd admit it. Manchester United have better players than them overall on paper and in terms of squad depth. So that's why I think, like Mustafa, think, oh, maybe he is punching above his weight because on paper, you guys don't really have a kill. Like you would not look on that team if you watch football and say, yo, that team they're gonna be leading the Premier League after what 11 match now or 12 match.
10.
You 10
10,
match, yeah, 10 match. I don't think you would say that.
10 Premier
That's
League.
why. That's why I say, yo, wonder if the dog really a punch above him weight. Like, I have to really start taking him serious as a manager.
Well, when you're looking at it, I mean, you definitely have to start taking him serious, and you know, obviously, me have my time to watch Mikel Arteta come in at Arsenal before the management as a panic buy. Any Arsenal fan would have considered that a panic buy. I personally consider that a panic buy. That time we were bringing that right after I think Fabregas had left, we brought him in for replace Fabregas. We're bringing Murta Saka, and I believe it was Andre Santos. Three player there, but I forgot who the extra at the
I
third.
think it's Andre Santos.
Right, we're bringing them 3 player there back. All 3 of them on like deadline day as a panic. So Mikel Arteta, yes, he may do some good things here and there, but we never have him as a baller. You know, like if when Vieira available, you know, club legend.
Yeah, he wasn't in that club, but in
right?
that era Premier League, and him there Everton was
yeah, it was more. I'm not thinking more as an Everton legend than a thing there. Than Arsenal legend, right? But when you watch the documentary, which we feel like that's when I'm release it, when I watch the All or Nothing documentary with him coaching style, right? Funny enough, upon Twitter right now, the running joke is remember the thing when we have the light bulb the thing and everybody and the coaching people must say, see, the boss didn't know him at that book. I'm knowing they come at Leeds and they like them to lock off. But anyway, you don't know the internet that I said. But in coaching philosophy, you can kind of see where I'm learning from Pep and how he want to play, right? Know that him get the time and the patience and he might get some of the players. Because you have to think about it too. We have to still keep within the budget for financial fair play. But then do we still have that pull? We've been a banter club for the past better part of 8 years. Almost at there and thereabouts. Remember last year we were in a Europe at all. Right? We were in a Europe at all last year. So what kind of pull do we really have? Right?
Yeah.
So now that, things are look good now, I'm sure come January, you're going to see a ball and say, yo, well, go on, you're forward.
Yeah.
I'm sure them, the conversations them look different now. Martinelli's them workout, Saka workout, but them they are like, I said, not obviously Martinelli an academy player, but Saka academy player. Gabriel Jesus, people consider him as a discard from City. Zinchenko wasn't somebody where nobody are worried about. Ben White, come in and have to do a shift at left back. Saliba was a player where signed for 3 years now. And I just him first know him actually has to get a run of games in the Arsenal squad. So in that sense, when I'm the big name on paper, but the team a gel. It's just one of them situations there. But to the results, I just one of them things they were sure you say, yes, Leeds United, because them get chance after chance after chance. There's really
Leeds should have win.
Them literally have 3-4 chances on them could have scored, but sometimes in a football they need a bit of luck.
Every team who win the league always have some 1 or 2 match where you can say clearly that they didn't deserve to win.
Yeah, but definitely, I mean, I've given them kudos because are the more successful opening or start to a season is now in Arsenal history since like 1903 in a top 5 football.
Wow.
So Mikel Arteta have that now under him belt, right? And I think him actually have one of the worst record them too in terms of a league finishing or whatever the case may be. But the project a turnaround. It look good so far, so good, but we have to just go definitely in January, go in there. 4 more games until the World Cup.
A 4 more game?
Yeah, 4 more games till World Cup start. So definitely we have to get that result. I think Chelsea's a part of that result there too. So that's another big test going into that.
Chelsea reach what them form.
Yeah. So let's move into enough about the soliloquy of Arsenal. We're at the top of the table. Everybody I consider title contenders now. It's actually good when other teams are watching you now, hoping you slip up.
This are the most high pressure time I think for you guys because it's make or break because you have a gap now. You know what I mean? What's the gap now?
4 points.
4 points. That's
Yep.
that's a decent gap. That's when you're supposed to really put the foot on the gas on. You know what I mean? To your
Yeah,
point,
definitely.
if them can continue to generate, the board need to really back him, and I don't know, throwing 100 mil something, or get like that can really make the difference. You know what I mean? But a lot of times, teams who go into a season not expecting to win the league, when them get in that position there, they choke. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I
So
mean,
I mean,
I can also see the situation where them things say, you know what, we already achieve more than what we expect to achieve. So
exactly,
we're good,
yeah, exactly,
right?
exactly.
Robert Palmer say that's not a decent gap with City around. Yeah, we
What?
definitely understand that.
But yeah, not
We have
with
to play
City
them twice.
around, but with a team contending for a championship, that's a decent gap. Like if City
Yeah.
had that gap, if Liverpool had that gap, like those are, you know what I mean. If a
Well,
team will go win,
every week we include Liverpool and we can't like it,
When
to
I get to
me just
Liverpool, when I get to
supposedly we keep
Liverpool,
saying
definitely.
Liverpool are back then and
yeah,
we need to look no what's going on now. Stop include Liverpool. Liverpool not playing no ball. Like yeah, keep
Yeah,
us say
man, I come with the
they
Liverpool.
playing ball
no
today,
Man,
though. Them playing
no
ball today.
yeah, we're gonna
no
move on to
listen,
the next result.
no.
Manchester United nil, Newcastle nil. Still, I'm actually glad they're drying us, so because I really need the analysis. I never actually watch a game there
Yeah.
personally. I'm literally stressed out over the Arsenal game.
So
Give me
one,
the analysis from the game,
the
please.
one word mega use for every Manchester United fan is just patience. You know what I mean? We used to being dominant and we just want instant results. But the coach, I see what the coach I do. I'm see what him a try, and we have to be patient to do him a try, brother. Because the
With
type
these
of football.
players, these couple of players are need new players.
No, he needs not a whole new slew of players, but he needs players. Some of these players cannot fit the type of football he want to play. You get what I mean? I say if we went with the decision, we didn't go with a pragmatic coach who are gonna get your results. We went with a coach who has a philosophy and a certain style of play that is gonna last for us a sustainable time. You know what I mean? Like Pep Guardiola club. So you went with a project, so you have to back him. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, we don't have the players to play no, he's right. We don't have the players to play that ball game, right? Been a ball about it from the window lock, which was midfielders, brother. That's to me, that's the most important thing for that type of football, brother. That heavy possession, dominant, keeping the ball in the opposition half, brother. You need midfielders. You need world class midfielders. You can't
Yeah,
get by.
touches.
Yeah, you can't get by with average midfielders. If you play like Conte play with Tottenham, yeah, you can get by with them type of midfielder. But if you play that dominant, you cannot get by with Fred. You get what I say, great energy, but he's not a progressive ball dominant midfielder. You can't get by with hero football players like what name Bruno Fernandes. Hollywood are horrible, and he's been horrible for the last 18 months. So them thing that you know what I mean. The only thing me start for question Eric Ten Hag about is just being transparent. Is he's had time with these players. He went in the summer. Him could have pushed. Him push all the players you see him have now. Him push. So I'm kind of concerned like why him never push for more midfielders. You get what I'm saying? Like if you want to dominate football, and that's the most important thing. When Pep go into City, he make sure say midfield. You know what I mean? It was midfield, and then him look on the goalkeeper. Them two things that him look on first, and then him sort out everything else. So I'm like kind of like worried, like yo, you never say the midfield shot. Like when Ericsson now play, I'm not
I don't want
questioning.
the young. I said I don't want the
I
young
said
again.
it's too early for question the manager.
I
But
mean,
one
I'm
more
not really.
question though.
It's
Yeah.
not. But you got to be transparent. You got to be objective, and I'm just looking at it like from an objective point of view. You know what type of football you want to play, and you should be. You're a professional. You should know how to analyze the players you have, and you're taking over. So, I mean, not really. I'm still Eric Ten Hag again or whatever. But back to the analysis of the game. First half was very scrappy, very competitive. It wasn't a easy watch, to be honest. In the first half, second half, I feel like we kind of put a foot on the gas, and we start keep the ball and feed them off, and we are trying to probe. You know what I mean? Trying to be patient, and that's when the bulk of our opportunities came. We don't have the finishing right. We don't have enough. I don't think we have enough clinical edge in the final third. The type of football we want to play, Cristiano Ronaldo is not a number 9 for that type of football, right? Cristiano Ronaldo is. I still think he can play at the top level. I still think he can, but he has to do it off of our main striker. You get what I mean? I say like,
Yes, I say Squire and Jermaine I
yeah,
say
but he
them
wanted
things say
Frankie.
Frankie would have make
But
it any different, you believe?
oh, absolutely. If Frankie did another team and a team, I would have trust me, would have played a lot better. But let's be realistic. The man did not want to come. So why run down? He's not the only good midfielder in Europe. That's the point when me I get like, get over it. He's great. I mean, I love having him in my team, but from the dog, tell you say no, I don't really want to play. Move on. Next target. You get what I'm saying? Like you can't just. I know I'm still hearing that he still wants him, but from all his representation and even him in interviews recently, he doesn't want to leave Barcelona, bro. He doesn't.
I mean, I
For
own my bag still, so I don't know if
him
that
own
has
him
something to
back,
do with
and
it.
but he look like him genuinely just love Barcelona, the club, and the culture, and just living in that city, brother. Move on, bro. Like there's other midfielders out there, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Not to depend on actually point on midfield. I'm definitely get your point. More ask you about Bruno. You actually raised the point about him not playing well for the past 18 months now, right? What do you think happened with Bruno? Remember, Bruno was the guy. Bruno was the
yeah,
No
chance
funds. He was the
creation,
guy.
scoring, the
yeah.
penalty taker.
Yeah, no. From
The
a tactical point of view, there's two things that happened with Bruno. And if you listen to interviews when he was playing on the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ole gave him instructions. Literally, these were the instructions: go out there and do what they want to do. Just go and create. So he is used to playing a high volume game, which is high turnovers, just high kick with ball. And if him kick with the ball 100 times out of a match and he make one assist, that's a good game for him. That was a good game for him. Now, fast forward to now, where you're playing with a coach who wants to keep possession and keep the ball ticking and dominate the ball. You cannot be kicking away the ball like that. You know what I mean? People are gonna start looking at you like that's not what the coach are doing at training. So that's number one. Number two is with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we didn't really have a clear-cut style of play. We played a low block, compact, and we used to beat teams on the counter-attack. Like I honestly think Menaga ten a lie. Then that 2 year period there, you were one of the best counter-attacking teams in Europe because of the pace. And you'd have Bruno as him get the ball, him and look up on him whoever they on them wheels, which it was Dan James, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood
Mason
when
Greenwood, yeah.
when them come in, them on him just dip on them bike and run. You know what I mean? Running him behind. No, again, fast forward to now, Doc. We're playing in or we're trying to play in the opposition half. There's less space to run into. So you as a man were just used to just kicking it over the defensive line and somebody running onto it. That's not there anymore. So now you actually have to think, you actually have to what's the word? You have to prove the ball game. You see like how Ericsson play, like we were talking about last week. Ericsson is very simple. One touch, two touch, move the ball up the pitch, just keep the ball flowing, and boom, when there's a chance somebody make a mistake and there's a gap, boom, ping it in. Bruno's not used to that. That's never been his ball game. So I don't think he's doing anything specifically wrong. I just think the ball game changed and him not fit it. So that's why I think ultimately you have to move him on. You know, I think Bruno, that's why earlier when we were talking at the group chat, I wasn't being funny. I actually think that Bruno would fit a Liverpool system because of the type of football game, that chaotic, frantic football where, you know what I mean, where they're just high energy all the time, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? High turnovers, but you know what I mean, high reward. But if you're playing in a team like Pep Guardiola, Arsenal, Manchester, that's how Eric Ten Hag's Ajax played. Slow build up, not slow, but very dominant in the opposition half. Build up, take your time, patient on the ball. He's not that type of footballer. So I think that's why it's being highlighted more now because of that. And I think that's the main reason. And again, like it just analysis as a coach, you're supposed to consider that and just, you know what, you're a good footballer, but you're not gonna fit the system. Move on.
Yeah, someone say him complain and put him on up too much.
Yeah, he
Funny enough.
does.
You make the analogy them kind of remind me of like a basketball analogy, like Russell Westbrook.
Yeah,
Westbrook. Remember me said,
You know, he's like the Russell Westbrook of
Westbrook.
football.
yeah, Westbrook is high chance. He's gonna take as much shot as him can. And Russell, well, I remember seeing crazy stats from him taking like 40 shots scoring like 15 or something like that, but his number is still high. And that's the thing. And I think when Bruno came into the league, brother, like, remember, in this, what did I say? Probably like the last 3 to 4 years, football has changed in the perception of football, meaning everything is gone super stats. Like everybody talk about stats. Me, you, everybody, the younger fans, that's all they talking about stats. Bruno came into the league and in first season him score like it's total 38 goal and assists. The old generation of footballer, Frankie Lampard and them man never thought about goal and assist, goal contribution. It was goal. Assist wasn't really a thing. So I think them thing that start get to him head when him starts, he say, yeah man, them are compare him to Lampard and them thing there. And there's this
Even De
thing of
Bruyne.
De Bruyne, all them things. So I feel like when him up on the pitch, him feel like him often make an assist or a goal. And to me, you don't have to do that to be a great midfielder. Like again, I'm gonna bring up Ericsson because Ericsson to me are the most crucial player we have right now. He's not assisting or scoring every match, but he's still the most important player. You get what I'm saying? So I think his perception of how him being good is skewed. Like he thinks he has to score or assist. If he doesn't, then him you know what I mean, he might run down the stats too much. So that's just
Where do you think can fix the team? I mean, we don't want to get carried away. It's one result. It's not the best result, a 0-0 draw.
Like right now, are you talking about like if they can get to the transfer window? Like, are you mean right?
Get into the transfer window, yeah. I mean, what I make?
Realistically, I think we definitely need to address the midfield and the forward line. Those are the two most important right now. I think we need 1 to 2 more midfielder for sure, and we need a number 9, like
any specific midfielder in mind, or
So I mean, me like Tillemans from Leicester. I think
but he's not a ball. Is he a ball handler?
He's not somebody who's gonna carry the ball, but his passing range, I think, is very good. He's a very good progressive passer of the ball. He can shoot with 2 foot. He can pass with 2 foot. The only thing I think might be slight on him. The reason why I'm bringing him up because he's a realistic buy. He's on a free in the summer, so you can't get him for pennies. The thing that I think why a lot of coaches or top teams don't look on him kind of lazy in the midfield. So if him go a top team, he might play for a Man U, a Klopp, or City. You know, everybody want a midfielders pressing, and he doesn't not really run like that. So, I mean, that's one. Other options. There's other options out there in Europe. There's you know whom I really like. Nobody now really talk about him, but Everton have a baller name. It's an African youth. I'm thinking we're number 8. Him African.
I mean, I know you talk. Him play. I watch the game when him play. Him actually get chances. Like watch Tottenham game. Him can play, no.
Him can play. It's early. It's early.
He's not a finished product. He's not finished.
It's early. It's early. No, not the core. What him name? His name start with D, I think. But him can carry the ball from deep. But him remind me of a Pogba.
I'm really tall. Him get a chance. Him actually bring the ball from deep and going to the box. I don't know if miss a chance there. But when you talk more number 8.
Yeah, but that's the type of midfielder we need. Somebody who can carry the ball from end to end, who is defensively solid as well. You know what I mean? That type of midfielder. We need somebody because right now, what's happening right now with a Casemiro, I'm gonna give you an example. Casemiro, he's not really that great on carrying the ball around the pitch. I'm good at reading the game and picking out, intercepting and picking tackles and them thing. And he's good. His passing range is good, but mobility, if you take a man. Savage, that type of midfielder, but Savage too. I don't really rate Savage like that. I'm not really carry the ball like that.
Onana or Onana,
something like that. In bad, I like him. But realistically, I don't know. Maybe I know I just attack crap about Frankie, but if him salty, say him not get no game, go check him in January and see what him dep on. Since we did all that work, we put the groundwork into it. Cause you know what I mean. That's the type of midfielder we go try. I mean. We can only try. Striker wise, I think there's a few options for strikers. I like the guy from Napoli, the Nigerian youth. What name again? Oshimin. Really like him. We need that type of number 9 that we can run in behind, but can hold up the ball. You know, another one I really like, Doc. Arsenal was linked to him, Vlahovic from Juventus.
Yeah. I mean, now record for them down there still, so.
Now work out for him, so go link him again. He's a young guy. He's like 22, 23.
Yeah, the links are there, but we'll see how that work. Let me move on to the next result.
Yeah.
Southampton 0, West Ham 0. One of them regular mid-table clash there.
West Ham start catch what them farm. Because they started the season dry, but West Ham start play good again.
Yeah, I mean Southampton always there and thereabouts. Southampton actually, one of my bogey team. Them, I think next week that's who we are playing. So, hopefully them stay up on the current path where they must stay. Let's go over there, go load them up on.
Arsenal have so much bogey team.
We don't know, but who knows? Maybe we are change the culture because Crystal Palace a bogey team. Southampton a bogey team. Like it's just probably about 3 or 4 of them we can name off top. The result for everybody at that moment, I feel like this is the game of the weekend.
Game of the season so far.
Yeah. I mean, the Liverpool-Arsenal game, they did full of drama still.
No, but in terms of quality of football.
In terms of quality? Yeah, I mean, we can put it up there too. Liverpool 1, Man City 0. But they predict a Liverpool winning. If you go back and check the clip, when they predict a Liverpool win because the English league still them is me if you use the example here, but them are wounded animal, right? Them other strike. There's no
Yeah,
way them would have possibly go down at this point. Would that be like what 17 points off
yeah,
top?
but the other piece too, that we not even did realize. I didn't realize they were playing at Anfield. When we realized that Anfield, that's something changed. I
And
said,
not at
oh,
Anfield.
yeah. How long them not lose at Anfield now? It's like almost 5 seasons or something like that.
Yeah, I
It's
think
a
Mr.
crazy
Start
stat.
playing like Virgil van Dijk, they're playing like him 60 something, 60th game, like
Yeah,
65th
something like
game,
that. Yeah, but
something like that. Or
league games, they haven't lost at Anfield in like I think it's like 4 or 5 seasons, something like that. Somebody in the comments will tell us. But what's my analysis on the game? I thought again, the quality of play was good. My normal voice note, and I mean, the first thing again, watching Manchester United, Newcastle, and then going to watching Liverpool and Man City, you see the golfing class. And the big thing that stood out to me was the goalkeepers on display and how comfortable they are on the ball. They, to me, them play like sweepers, literally like they're playing like defender, maestros in the defense. You know what I mean? Them set the
That's why I
tempo.
kept take Mendy game.
That me noticed, me said somebody said that what they said. That's why Kepa come back because Kepa's not a better overall goalkeeper like dominating the ball, but on the ball he's more technical than Mendy, and that's just the way football is going.
I think
But
we had the conversation this morning too, like at the same thing at Arsenal. That's why Burnley will lose team game to Ramsdale because
I think Ramsey should start for England.
That's a shout. I mean,
no, fuck no. He's the best ball playing goalkeeper, English ball playing goalkeeper right now.
I mean, that's where football. I mean, obviously, we watch football evolve from when we watch football. We're younger to know we more understand the game in its totality. We are get as a generation and watch football growing up. Right now, your left back if you provide, or your fullback them if you run forward and provide assists.
Are there inverted wingers? I use them as inverted
I go into midfielders.
Yeah,
your keeper can't just a stop shot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You been a stop shot a shot stopper at the bottom at the barrel now at this point. You have to be able to can play football, collect the ball, and play it back out. Provide an assist if you have to, even provide a goal.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest influence that Pep Guardiola has had on football. I guess worldwide football is that like when he remember him really made that a big thing, I mean, goalkeepers are always in these. European goalkeepers are always decent with their feet, but Pep was the first man to see like really implemented when him there Bayern, when him there tell Noah for like really play up.
Him from Barca, the man take over Valdez. Like I say, Valdez, if I can use your foot and that's when go for the better name. Claudio
Bravo.
Yeah, one go for Bravo.
Yeah,
and Bravo
remember him come in and Joad.
Yeah, man, come take over Joad too.
Joad, everybody I say, what?
The English media done him because that was England number one. The match, he was the captain for Man City too at the time, I think.
Yeah,
man not even blink twice. Someone said, no, get him out. Somebody else. And man get Bravo in Bravo one season and then him go for Edison. Now we're starting to see goalkeepers getting like assists. Like that's becoming a normal thing now. Like in the week we'll watch the Porto keeper do it for in a Champions League. Just ping it from him go like now we'll watch this. I mean, granted, what's his name made a mistake. Cancelo made a mistake, but still that was just a routine kick for Alisson. Not every goalkeeper can do that. Like accuracy, kicking out the ball like that's not easy to do. So that's why
you're on point right now.
On point.
Remember this, and I think that's a part of the role of Pep. How him change football in a way where everybody that try to play out from the back, is playing out from the back. Una Emery live and die by that at Arsenal. He would not stop trying playing out from the back. Yes, he never work out for him, and then Mikel Arteta come in and I try to do it, which now him a kind of a perfect
players
that had to do with the goalkeeper. You have to change the goalkeeper right there. So I think that kind of surround the point. But continue.
Yeah, no. So I just think that the tempo of the game was like it was a really good game. I don't know the stats. I have to look up the stats, but usually when you watch a Man City game, versus anyone, you can like they're on the ball all the time. But this match, I just felt like Liverpool had a lot of the ball. What was this possession?
Well, Liverpool at 36%.
36. Okay.
63% of the whole thing.
No, man, Man City had majority of the ball. Liverpool counter-attacking football most to come play. I mean, when them two teams are playing, it's always a good game, to be honest.
No, that's true. For the
I always
last,
like watch those games.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
I
a
mean,
high
Berto
tempo
say,
game.
and the crowd have a big part to play in it. I mean, I agree with that. Remember last year, Arteta did have them a play. You never walk alone in some speaker.
A training just to
I
get
Just
mean,
to train them.
but
So,
Berta,
big thing.
honestly, to me, the crowd wasn't like their usual. Didn't have their usual noise levels to the like. It never did
I
that
mean,
crazy.
because I'm used to them team not doing well this season. So, I
I
mean,
think that has a
Yeah.
major part to do. You know, see Pepper rile them up. Pepper had to like rile them up at one
yeah.
point. So
Yeah, them used to them team now. I think this was them first win or them second win for the season, I'm not sure.
yeah. You could have hear a pencil drop at one point during the game. So I don't really know which.
See, Xavier Squire say, all who say Virgil van Dijk can't defend is a VVD masterclass.
He played good today.
Yeah, he
I
did.
can't do complain. He played good today. But
Yeah.
he hasn't been playing good all season. So we can't just say one good game is a masterclass. I mean, he played good today. But
yeah, I don't think he pocketed Erling really particularly. Where Erling was still finding the gaps and finding the spaces. He had chances.
It's the
yeah, he had
goalkeeper, bro. I
chances.
think the goalkeeper them have a big part in the game. They just
Yep.
the end to end, the opportunities where each team I get. The goalkeeper them I pull off some world class saves and apparently assists and distribution and them thing there. On top of that, watch a game overall, and it was a great game. End to end stuff, right? Obviously, Klopp get a red card. That's how intense the game was. When you see a manager get sent off, I never nothing nice. That kind of tell you what the game was like in a sense there. I mean, I feel like Liverpool get some very good opportunity where could have make it even more. If Mo Salah just never as selfish
Yeah,
normally is.
But not even and Nunes came in and came with that same selfish mentality.
Nunes I tried justifying price tag, but
It made it worse.
Yeah, him get a couple opportunities too where him could have him even get the easy pass to play in.
Yeah,
and not play the most difficult. But I guess it has something to do with the price tags. Them thing they really weigh up on play. As I watch documentary in All or Not, that's one thing that stand out to me when name again Ben White say I look at you, walk up to him and say, "Yo, bro, you're not worth 50 million. You're shit."
Yeah.
And then they talk with other player them, and the player them know say you come in for 50 million.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Them see it on TV, so them know, and you are walk around now with that stigma there as well.
Yeah.
If you're worth 50 million,
you
must be the best.
Yeah. No,
every day, you have to come in and try to replicate that, and if it now work out, bro, they're just human beings. Because the fact, even when Saka did miss the penalty and him saying man walk and how people are deal with him and talk to him, bro, them go on social media too. Them flesh and blood, them it affect them just the same. Like there's a million people telling them how horrible they are.
I think the big thing that like to that point, Doc, like one time I listened Rio Ferdinand and him tell me, say, yo, one of the big things him did, like they judge players when they come into the team on the price tag. So when them signed Robin Van Persie, I think remember at the time they signed Van Persie for like 30 odd mil, right? And final year in contract, that was a big price tag back then or whatever. And the man say, yo, the man see Van Persie the first year. I say, yo, would I got the money and I work that? You know what I mean? Blah blah. And the man said the first match, the man have to change him tone. You get what I'm saying? So they do respect players accordingly to the price tag. So when them look on the price tag and you deliver your output on the pitch, them do rate players like that. So it's definitely has something to do with the psyche. But I know Nunes has been struggling with the language barrier. I'm doing an interview recently and I said, him not understand nothing what Clapper say. Which is mad. Same even a lot said in that interview. He must say him not understand nothing, and you know what I mean, it's hard for really understand him in a training verse in a real match. You know what I mean? Because there's no translator during the match, you know what I mean?
But ball universal. Like you really need to know.
True.
On the field, I mean, I understand your coach against instruction, I understand. Upon the field, I wasn't know if you make the run or if you do pass. But
I mean, it was a great game all around. But I think just going to take that one chance there. It was just anybody who get that first chance that they're gonna win the game. And I mean, credit to Mo Salah. I think me and I think me and Berto they talked about it earlier. I told him, I say, "Oh, why am I take off Salah?" Right? I mean, I said, would I take him off? Yes, based on emotions, because it might be a foolishness, but he might be the one who get in the spaces. He's the one who's creating the threat. You can't take off the threat as much as he not convert. And so said, so done. A world class player that him feel the touch, him feel the presence, right? And them just roll him,
yeah.
right?
Him do that so easy, like he does that a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
because him realize him too close to him, which is
yeah,
a mistake from Cancel, and then he must all right, cool, they're gonna roll him, and then him playing
boom,
through. You know, you're not catching back once him gone,
yeah, him gone.
right? And the finish was sublime, and him just, that
So
was it.
one thing more
Fine
on
margin.
point. One thing more on point out I noticed during the match, and it was interesting because I've never personally seen Klopp do this. I've seen him change the formation, but today they played like a 4-2-3-1, which Liverpool formation usually 4-3-3. But I don't know if you don't notice him put Salah as the number 9 and put Firmino as a 10, and then him put Elliot out on the right. So when I watch him, I say, yo, so what is him a player? So when I notice why him do that, they were when Man City was in possession and them reaching a freedom in Liverpool half, they were triple teaming Kevin De Bruyne. I don't know if you noticed. So it was just interesting to see that because I'm not used to seeing Klopp do that. Klopp is a man who usually just stick by theme principles and theme style of play. This is what we're gonna do. So theme really set up a tactical game plan for Manchester City. I thought that was that was really unique. I like to see those type of tactical battles, but it also showed me that him knows the team perform like it's so him willing to try different things.
Yeah, I mean, Burton said them. I think him gonna make allude to this. They must say, them City never
didn't have
wing of them for free up KDB because that's really where the danger is. The KDB link there. I think now that this happened, other teams will track. Because they know it's going already now. This is the English league, right? I think football in general, people are gonna figure out how for play against you.
Yep,
right?
That's what been happening to Liverpool last season with Trent. Everybody just start target Trent.
So Trent was injured today. Why not start?
They said he was injured. Like he's supposed to be out for 3 to 4 weeks, but some surprising him up on the bench.
Somebody said I'm proud of injured, but
it could be tactical. It could be Klopp knowing that everybody's been targeting Trent this season. In a big match like this, me just put him on the bench. Could be that.
Yeah, I mean, well, that kind of round up the fixture them, over the weekend. We have a Monday game. I don't think so.
No, we have a midweek game though. I think
there's a midweek
and Wednesday.
It's gonna be very contested. I say that's why I'm gonna come back to the point of, with World Cup coming up, and I'm gonna try to get all them game. Remember, we forgot to them stop a game when the Queen died. So them game there for play now. So it's gonna be all condensed in that small amount of time. That's all. We're gonna see how it turn out. It's game after game after game. So thanks to everybody who turn out. Thanks everybody who watch. Again, just like, comment, subscribe, click notification bell. Right, so post new content coming soon. We have some interviews coming up with some local players, some Jamaican players playing overseas as well. At a ball talk, and we are out.